Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Welcome back. Welcome back. Bach and back. We got Beanhole Bandit and a Skoda T50 Tier 9 Czech medium tank with the autoloader, MIT autoloader. He is here on highway, spawned into the southwest, and he goes to this initial bush. He finds an EBR raging around. Declines to fire because he doesn't want to get spotted. This is another video that's in regards to Night Dog's question about whether we concentrate more on going to position and fight, or fighting in the position we find ourselves in, or the position we are currently at. And this is mostly a position we are currently at fight, because Beanhole takes this initial spot that he knows, and it's a good bush. You can get spots, look at things like this. You can see this guy way over here. Is he actually going to fire? He does fire, so he gets a shot in there. Softens up a target that he has to deal with later, actually. So he puts 3 shots into that guy, does not get spotted. But you can see that his team is not really pushing hard into the northwest, and it looks like the enemy team is going to own the northwest. And pretty quickly, Bean is going to be forced, for a large portion of this game, to fight from a position he doesn't necessarily want to. He bounces that one. Got some good results early, but declines to fire again, and then finds a much softer target, the Scorpion. Drops one on him, and then, oh, the armor. I guess he was not a soft target? I don't know, but the enemy team is now pushing hard, and holy cow, they've got 2 Skoda T50s, an 8.8, a Hotchkiss, a Leo, and in fact, there's 2 EBRs, and Bean says, holy cow, I got to get out of here. I'm about to get swarmed. Looks like his autoloader buddy is dead. The T54E1 dies, and Bean takes the low road. And there actually is a way out of this right here, so he's going to head downhill, protect himself from getting shot in the rear, come up through this ravine, and fall back to his cap. And this is looking really bad. If I was to look at this and go, I wonder what's going to happen here, I would have made a bet right here, and I would have bet against Bean's team. But that would have been a mistake. So now Bean is, to some extent, he's kind of a combo of looking for a position and fighting from where he is. Because he is at least using the build. He runs into his own buddy. He's at least using these buildings, and this becomes very interesting. The enemy team makes a couple bad mistakes right here. Unfortunately, he misses that shot. He's going to come in here, and this is a pretty good clinic on reloading. Sees the Skoda T50, gets 2 nice open shots on that guy, but he guns down the T71, or at least his buddies do here momentarily. There's a Hotchkiss, 2 T50s, an 8.8. Sorry, 2 EBRs, 2 T50s, and an 8.8. Is the Leo dead? Looks like the Leo died somewhere along the way. And now we're messing around. That guy auto aims and blaps a shot, and now we're just kind of stuck behind this building. We don't have a whole lot of options. He does take that snap, and it becomes a bit of a desperate fight right here. That dude runs off there. That other EBR is up in the corner. And now we've got that dude coming in, and I think I might have just gone after the T50 in that case, but I don't know. Maybe he's reloading. So down goes the EBR, and that evens things up. We're still looking kind of bad. The other T50 clearly wasn't reloaded there. He doesn't have shots, and look, Bean is just attempting to keep as much of his tank covered as possible. He's got a Super Pershing and 2 Skoders. One of the Skodas is on low hit points, and then the EBR raging around as well, so he looks for this guy. Gets a nice shot on the second one, nukes him, and that was huge because that mobility is difficult to deal with. The other EBR comes around, and he's pushing in. It looks like he's going after the Super Pershing, interestingly. He may have correctly assumed that Bean was on a reload, and he goes in looking to take down the Super Pershing, but is unable to do it. Super Pershing does a pretty decent job of keeping his armor to him. And Bean, I think I would have actually taken that reload and gone after the one-shot Skoda. I don't know, maybe you thought between you and the Super you could have killed this guy faster, but it does take a little while for the Super to get rid of him. And you actually get shot through here. That was very interesting. There must be a window there or something, but that dude got a shot. Cover up a little bit more. Now we're waiting for the reload. Come around this corner. Looking for a shot. Third person, take him down. The other Skoda is up here. Now, whether he's reloading or what he's doing, don't know. But we're going to put... He's got to go. There's 3 enemy artillery. So if the enemy artillery ever gets really interested in taking you on, and there's still guys like him spotting you, you're in big trouble. But down goes the other Skoda. So just a great example of that was the place Bean had to fight, so he had to make the best of it. I don't think anybody starts a battle and says, I'm going to, well, I guess a lot of people do that. I'm going to sit on cap and guard cap, but not any really serious players, let me put it that way, would have said at the very beginning, I'm going to move forward a little bit, and then as soon as we get swarmed, I'm running back and I'm going to hide behind that building because I know that building is a great place to fight from. That probably doesn't really cross through many people's minds. Bean comes over here. He's got to deal with 2 TDs and 3 artillery, so he's still in a bit of trouble. Gets into this bush that he knows is there, and that's a position kind of decision, right? He knows that bush is there, so he goes there. It's not the best place in the world, but it's certainly good for now as an ad hoc place to be. And he finds this dude. He actually tracks him. Actually, I don't know if he tracked him or not. The guy turned. He gets 2 shots into him, and then he immediately hits C and reloads. Now here's an interesting thing. Did you see the artillery just got hit? Now I don't know if that was a counter. It could have very well been one. Or did somebody spot him? That's unknown. It's probably not a case of someone spotting them. They are behind that, so more than likely that was a counter. But he will find the WZ showing up here really quickly. There's an artillery that went in there. I don't know if that was just a blind shot guess or what. That was very strange. Bean didn't seem to be spotted. Unless he knocked something down over there. I may have missed that. Maybe he knocked something down. And now he's trying to find out, hey, is this other TD pushing in here? Oh, there he is. So he sits in, looks for a little lower plate shot. I would have gone right after that superstructure. I don't know. It tries to go for a weak spot. And now we push number 2, and we've got 592. Now, this is where a bit of luck comes in because there's 3 enemy artillery. And for whatever reason, there's 397 taken off that guy. For whatever reason, they just don't quite have the amount of hits to take him down. They get close. They shave some hit points off of him. 2 of them fire, and he ends up surviving that. I thought that was the end of the road for Bean right there. And he really needs to try to get rid of this TD as fast as possible. And the TD comes up that side, and all of a sudden, did you see the gun waving around? It's just sometimes difficult to put your gun on when you're spinning a TD casemate towards somebody. And once again, only 1 artillery was reloaded, or maybe 1 was moving. I don't know. That was another lucky event right there. So we're going to speed this up. It takes a while for Bean to get over there and find these guys. Goes to that bush, takes a look. Goes to this one, takes a look, just in case one of those arties is moving around. Oftentimes you'll find one of them at this point acting as a scout, so you do have to be careful. Sometimes they'll show up, and there you go. One of them's making a runner. He kills that guy off. And he's going to actually hit C and reload. Unfortunately, I don't think he notices that he's down to just 2 shells with AP. If he does, he just accepts that as opposed to switch over to the heat, so he'd have 3 shells. It actually doesn't end up hurting him. I thought, man, if he runs into both those guys, it might be nice to have all 3 shells. We'll just speed this thing up because he comes around here, and he's going to find this guy sitting right about here. Takes down the GW. That's probably the biggest threat. He's the fastest reload, although the M12 has the biggest splash. And all of a sudden, I'm thinking, well, geez, where'd the M12 go? He must be down here in the valley. I think that's what Bean thinks. There's a shot that goes in. So he spins around, and he saw it come from that direction, so it looks like he's thinking, okay, this dude is over here. And all of a sudden he's spotted on the cap, and his 2 artilleries take care of him. Looks like he's moving in to try to get that kill. But pretty quickly, the artillery duel will end. Yep, we're clickety-clicking over there. And down he goes. And we've got 5,560 damage, 504 assists with 8 kills. And the caption that he gave me when he sent this to me was, basically it amounted to, I've never had such a good result from sucking so bad. You know, a lot of times in this game, it just comes to a series of reactions, and you have to make the best reaction despite your best intentions to control the fight and go to places and you know where you're going. The enemy team gets a vote. This enemy team rushed in there, and it was just a one reaction after another as he basically put out small fires all around him. But a good example of fighting in the position, concentrating on fighting the position he found himself in because he simply was not able to get or to control the fight for most of that fight. Hey, man, thanks for sending that in. That was a great replay. Lots of good lessons there for everybody. Everybody else, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your support of the channel. And as always, we will see ya.